Yo, Billsmafia, what's up? It is game day. Bills Browns in Cleveland. This is going to be one of those games. I made a mistake earlier this year on a road game. I picked the Bills over the Dolphins. I said the Bills were going to blow them out. I said it was going to be an easy game. And my wife, who was with me at the time, said, maybe you shouldn't be so arrogant because, stuff like that tends to bite you in the butt. And it did. But you know what? I'm going to double down. Cleveland is one of my favorite NFL cities, only because, as far as teams are concerned, only because they remind me of the Bills in terms of, broken-hearted history, the drive, the fumble. I remember those things because I was watching the games at the time. But, in the fact that both cities are kind of considered afterthoughts in the sports world. That being said, the Bills are a better franchise. The Bills are a better team. The Browns have one player, and that is Myles Garrett, who, by the way, you better not let him wreck the game today, because he is a game wrecker. He's a sack and a half away from the record for sacks in a single season, and they still have 3 games left, including today. So you better account for him. And they have another guy, and I forget his name, but he's got 6.5 sacks, which would, by the way, lead the Bills. So that defense is not elite. It's not the Houston Texans, but it's not a joke either. Their offense, on the other hand, man, Shedeur Sanders is a rookie. And my Shedeur Sanders take, by the way, in case anybody was wondering, and probably nobody was because it's Shedeur Sanders, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. He's a rookie. Everybody, dunks on him because of his personality. He doesn't have a personality. He's not his father. Stop attributing his father to him. A lot of people do it. And he's got a confident personality, but he's not his father. His father, when he came out, I was watching football at the time. I'm old enough to remember Deion Sanders. Shedeur is not neon Deion Sanders. He's not that guy. So stop it, okay? He's a developing quarterback. He wasn't he deserved to be above the 5th round based on what he did in college. Probably a 3rd round would have been more reasonable. But that being said, I think he's started now, 3, maybe 4 games in his career, and everybody's like, "Oh, I'm out on Shedeur Sanders. He's not going to be." Stop it. Plus the fact that, if there was something going around where he had been given the wrong wristband by the team at the time, I think it was last week. They're sabotaging him. That being said, back to the Bills. The Bills, if they win today, they keep their division hopes alive. If they lose today, they could probably forget the division unless the Patriots lose to the Ravens. I think the Bills are going to win going away in this game. Final score is going to be 31-14. That being said, the Bills inactives today: Keon Coleman, Gabe Davis, notables rather. Keon Coleman, Gabe Davis, Jordan Phillips, and Larry Ogunjobi. 2 defensive linemen. Matt Prater, kicker, he's out today. That's going to be an interesting thing. Hopefully they don't have to depend on, and I forget the guy they picked up, but he has NFL experience, so hopefully it won't be a big issue. Hopefully Prater can get back. He's been really good this year. As far as Keon Coleman, I get it. I get why he's not active. I understand why he's not active, and I think this is going to be a problem going forward. The Bills are going to draft a wide receiver. He's going to get replaced. I had hopes for him. I knew he wasn't going to be, this big breakout star. He wasn't going to be a top level wide receiver, but I had hopes for him. I will say, somebody's pulling up next to me, but I will say, hopefully the Bills will do better in the draft next year and finally get somebody that is worthy of a number one pick. As far as the wide receiving core, it's probably going to be okay. Brandon Cooks is still going to play today. Palmer's still going to play today. Dalton Kincaid is not inactive, so he's probably going to be out there. You've got Jackson Hawes and Dawson Knox at tight end also. So I think the Bills will be okay. They're probably going to try to run the ball a lot today. That being said, again, Bills are going to win going away. Hopefully I'm not wrong this time. Hopefully I'm not too arrogant this time. But as always, go Bills.